valve stems. Valve stems, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. My service lines, and this is my emergency line, and this is my service line here. No abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. From this end to this end, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. This is my electrical, the green one. From this end all the way to this end. Not frayed, cut, or spliced. They're not pinched or touching my catwalk. Not pinched or touching the catwalk. My locking mechanisms on my tractor and on my trailer. They're both not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted with a safety latch in place. My glad hand, not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted and properly seated. My rubber seal, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. I'll check this glad hand and this rubber seal like I did this glad hand and this rubber seal. My apron, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. It lays on top of my fifth wheel skid plate. My fifth wheel skid plate, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, properly greased. There's no sunshine or a gap in between the apron and the fifth wheel skid plate. My release handle, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, fully engaged with the safety latch in place. Let me go around my dual tire so I can get a better. Okay, there you go. That's the locking pin. It's not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted with a pin in place. Then you want to go around here and go under the truck, and in between the legs of the fifth wheel skid plate, there is a locking jaw, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, fully enclosed around the kingpin shank. The kingpin shank, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. The shank, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and it's fully locked. Okay. That was our coupling. Now we're going to do the trailer. That's our landing gear. It's not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. This thank you. My landing gear handle, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and it has to be put away before we move the truck. My landing gear shoe, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. There's no trash or debris on it, and the foot has to be up or the shoe has to be up before we move it. Right behind the landing gear or on the side like this one, we have cross supports and the support mounts. They're both not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. And ask if you can group. These are binders, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. This is a trailer box, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. My DOT stickers and my marker lights and reflector lights. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted. They're clean and clear and working at all times. This is my frame, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. I have cross members underneath here. They're going across. This cross member, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. I'll check all my cross members like I did this cross member. My trailer bed, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. We have a twerk bar. The twerk bar is round. I have to get on. This is a twerk bar. It's round. See, it's round. Versus this one is square. So, twerk bar, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and it's adjustable. The twerk arm, the square one over there, not bended, broken, not missing, securely mounted. This is a spring mount, not bended, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and it's welded. You have to say it's welded. We have brake chambers here. They're not, the brake, there's an ABS line. It's not frayed, cut, or splice. There's a brake chamber hose, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. There's brake chambers, not bended, broken, not missing, securely mounted to the brake chamber clamp. The brake chamber clamp, not bended, broken, not missing, securely mounted. Then you want to see if your truck has a push rod and slack adjuster. So I would go around the truck to look like this. My push rod and my slack adjuster, not bended, broken, not missing, securely mounted. If the brakes are released, I should have 1 inch of play when done by hand. Okay, push rod and slack adjuster goes with your brake chamber. So you always go look to see if your push rod and slack adjuster is attached to it. Then for C, you have your dual tires. You have to talk about them individually, or you ask, can I group my dual tires together? You're going to start with your brake drums. Actually, you're going to, my leaf spring, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. It's not shifted. If it's 25% missing, I'll have my truck towed to be serviced. Those 2 U-bolts, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, with 4 nuts and bolts underneath it. Those 4 nuts and bolts, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. No shiny shavings and no rust indicating they're loose. The bushing, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. My brake drum, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. No oil, no grease, no hose. My brake pads, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. No oil, no grease, not dangerously worn thin. After that, my tire from the inside to the outside. You have to talk about 1 tire at a time. Evenly worn, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. 2 30-second tire tread. The air in the tire is 90 psi to 120 psi unless it says differently on the tire. These can be recapped, these can be mixed match. These are dual tires. I'll take an air pressure gauge to the valve stem here. That valve stem, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. It's not leaking, cap on tight. This rim, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. No rust trail. My tires are not touching. There's no trash or debris or nothing wrapped around in the middle. This tire from the inside to the outside, evenly worn. No abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. 2 30-second tire tread. The air in the tire 90 to 120 psi. I'll take an air pressure gauge to the valve stem. That valve stem, not bended, not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted. Let me get out under the truck so I can talk better. So like I was saying, this tire, the air in the tire is 90 to 120 psi, unless it says differently on the manufacturer. These dual tires can be recapped. They can be mixed matched. It's 2 30-second tire tread. And take an air pressure gauge for your extra 3 points. Make sure they hear you say air pressure gauge. You just throw it in a sentence any way you like. My rim, not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted, no rust trail. My lug nuts are all here and present. They're not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted, no shiny shavings, no rust indicating they're loose. This is a hub axle seal. Not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted to the nuts and bolts. These nuts and bolts, not bent and broken, not missing, securely mounted, no shiny shavings, and no rust indicating they're loose. To service the hub oil seal, the hub axle seal, I'll remove this cap. My mud flap, properly distanced from the tire to the mud flap. My mud flap, properly distanced from the ground up to the mud flap. Come around your trailer. My tail lights are red to the back. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted. They're clean, clear, and working at all times. My DOT bar, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. That's a DOT bar. Not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. My license plate, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted. The license plate light, not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted. It's clean and clear. It works at all times. They took out the hooks, so we don't have to talk about hooks. My DOT stickers, like I said, they're not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted. They're clean, clear. They work at all times. I'll check this side of my tractor trailer like I did this side of my tractor trailer. I did the mud flap. I did that mud flap. This one's rubber, I think. Not bending, broken, not cracked, broken, or damaged, or you could say no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. Properly distanced from the ground up to the mud flap. Properly distanced from the tire to the mud flap. And that's C. Usually they give people C. They'll say, I want you to do, They'll say, I want you to do C axle only sometimes. So that means axle is back here where your dual tires are, which will be easy for you guys. And that is our C. If you have any questions. My valve stem, not bending, broken, not missing, securely mounted, not leaking, and the cap is on tight. If the cap is not on, say if my valve stem had a cap, it would be on tight.